bird, it's a plane. No, that's big Zop. Boy, call me D-Lo Curry. Bet I don't miss. I need gloves on. I keep touching dog shit. Diamonds doing too much shine. I don't know what time it is. Apply pressure when they see me. They know what time it is. Boy, $250,000 cash. I ain't going back, bro. Babe, you got a lot of ass. Let me drive the boat. Never chase these bitches, get these riches, that's a must though. Beefing about a bitch, pussy nigga, hell fuck no. I'm 25, I had 250 on me last night. Bad bitch, she get first class flight, she act right. I done signed a deal, but I'm still really in the
Wake
street.
up.
Bitch, I'm big as shit, I'm smoking.
We're
like
back.
50 a G. 15,000, put that shit up. Pull up, hop out, black truck. Look like I did a stick
Know
up.
what to do.
100 to hold my wrist up. Dunking on niggas on layup. Been a corner, bust a play up. Sharks in that water swimming. You better not get ate up. You better not get ate, boy. Come through in that race.
Come on, Chad, where we at,
Niggas
James?
ever did it, it is not up for debate, boy. You better not get ate, boy. Come through in that race, boy. Niggas ever did it, it is not up for debate. Real road runner, I switch cars like I switch socks. Boy, I stay down, now I'm at the top.
Hello, Eric.
Two-tone AP, full of big rocks. It's a bird, it's a plane, no, that's big Zop. Boy,
Yo,
call me
yo,
D-Lo
yo.
Curry. Bet I don't miss. I need gloves on. I keep touching dog shit. Diamonds doing too much shine. I don't know what time it is. Apply pressure when they see me. They know
Eric,
what time
what's
it
up,
is.
brother? Yes, sir, D-Gen. Hell yeah, Donnie. Hell yeah, brother.
Wow. Feeling good to be back, man. Back on the ramble live, man. Feeling good in the neighborhood. Oh. Hello. How we doing, guys? Episode, 61? How about that? We're back. Had a little hiatus. Needed a little break, to be honest. Just we were streaming a lot. Felt a little burned out, so had to take a little break and come back with it. Royal, feel good to be back. Jeffy?
Oh,
Yeah, I wish there was fucking NBA to talk about, but we'll make do.
Yeah, I was
We'll
looking at
make
the
do.
slate. Doesn't look good for a while, to be honest, in the
No,
NBA.
it's the cup shit. That's what it is.
Ah,
I genuinely thought after yesterday, every team was gonna be playing today. That was the biggest punch in the gut.
I know. I
seeing 2
opened up the
games
slate. I know. We got a sub, Xander. Appreciate it. 11 months. Come on. Let's go. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we're still gonna do those, Eric. Don't worry. It's just gonna be a healthy mix.
Yeah. Spaces
What
aren't
else would
going
you
anywhere.
expect, brother?
What up, Moody?
Donnie,
Checking in from
Donnie,
YouTube,
is there anything I need to say? Like, the Knicks are wagons. Knicks are
pump,
wagons.
pump the brakes.
Yeah,
Just wait,
I know.
Jeff. Just wait.
You got lucky. Scotty Barnes was injured.
Right. Brunson
Meanwhile,
leaving
we're,
the game definitely didn't affect it or anything.
Me and Royal were boots on ground at MSG.
Dude,
It was pretty fucking
Why?
fun, dude. I mean, you like those seats, Royal?
I'm not commenting, bro. I did not sign off on that one, chat. That was a solo mission from MJ.
Royal texted me. He said, I had to make an edit and put it on stream. He's playing shy now.
Nope. That was all you, brother. Yep.
Shot it.
Dusty. Yeah.
Shot it.
Yep.
Let's go. Boys are back. Thought you guys retired from Twitch? No, we could never. But spaces will definitely still be a thing. Those were really fun. We'll keep doing that. Royal got okay. All right.
Like you knew that was coming.
Row some muck in that Damios.
Dude, the Raptors, I know they don't have a lot of wins,
Give
but
them a
they've
phone
played
call.
every team close. They're not that bad, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they fucking suck, bro.
Look at their game logs, brother.
I don't even know who we're talking about, to be honest.
I did
What's
see
good?
trade rumors too. Apparently, the Knicks.
Is
are
that
looking at
Sandy?
Herb
Is that
Jones.
Sandy or Johnny? Definitely Sandy.
Yeah,
Johnny doesn't show no love, man.
Sandy's on
Carlos.
the Stairmaster right now, so I think he's rip and ramble watching.
Oh,
Sandy on the Stairmaster, huh?
that's so hot. Just
On the
thinking
old burner. But let's get into the slate, guys. I got 4 plays drafted up, and moving forward with streams, I'm gonna have a nice little written analysis for me to
about it.
go
Oh, yeah,
into. I've been kind of just freeballing streams. I feel like I gotta put all my thoughts into a consensus little paragraph so I can truly show stream why I like it. I feel like, at least for me, I don't know about you guys, but I've just been kind of free balling stream. So moving forward, I'm gonna put pen to paper with everything I do instead of just kind of labbing in my head and then taking the plays and talking about the plays. I'm gonna actually put my notes into a consensus piece. So moving forward, a lot more dialed, a lot more stats coming from old MJ, but felt like I need to dial in that area. So today, hopefully I impress some people with that. Jeffy, you got some plays today. Royal has 3 props, which I'm super excited about. That's going to be fun talking. Only 2? Oh,
3 total plays.
3 plays. I'm sorry. 2 props. That's right.
You're on a side?
He's on the team total that we both like, Jeff.
Oh, Cuse.
There's some sides I like, yeah, but I didn't get there. I'm still testing them.
Crush
I
on
need to go back
YouTube.
to the drawing board, I guess. I loved Tulsa on Saturday. Lost outright, so need to
That's okay.
need to reevaluate. No, it happened again. It was what was the fucking St. Mary's, man. They didn't lose outright, but they went to overtime. Almost lost outright, so something's wrong in my analysis, or the 2 games I picked just I don't know. So we'll see.
Nathan's saying the Knicks hat is money. We don't have to lie.
Thanks, brother. This one's actually for Royal, and I got this one as well. Pretty nice.
That one's sick. That one's actually tough.
Yeah, give me that one, bro.
You want this one? I'll let you choose whatever you want. If you want this one, I'll give you this one.
Wait, you guys went to get? Wait, what? Why did you?
No, he went with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
I was not a part of this. Bro.
Yeah, but if you went with Royal like you showed us, why doesn't he just take the hat home?
Thank you, Jeff. And my boy. I'll see you guys in a minute.
For those of you that are new tuning into the stream, this was them at the game last night.
Royal also got
MJ's fucking blitzed.
Sandy, fuck you.
And Royal's just cheesing.
Don't forget New York Rangers.
You see these pennants I got? I got 2 of them. One of them for you too. Look at the Knicks pennant. Yeah. Look at that, Royal.
I do need some.
Come on, I got you a pennant right here. Come on, man.
Donnie, brother.
Where'd my friends go? But yeah.
I put myself in the bin.
MJ looks stoned as fuck. All right.
Not right now. In the picture.
I know. In that picture, I do look a little. I mean, drank a few seltzers, but you know.
McKiffin, we're not doing this again. We're not doing that again. Christmas tree has lights.
Is that an unlit Christmas tree?
I just don't light it.
Oh, I thought you were picking up a fucking remote to turn it on. I was like, that's pretty sick.
No.
What are you drinking there? What is that? Slurp juice?
Dude, it's Prime. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's the sparkling ice. Shit's so gas.
Oh yeah, those used to smack back in the day.
Well, they got these. They got this like Starburst collab. Gas.
That is the fruitiest shit I've ever seen. Moving onwards.
I wish it was a Prime, but it's not.
Whenever you open the bottle, it goes. Never seen a bitch like you in your life. Never seen a bitch like. Never seen a bitch like.
That was number 2 on my Spotify Wrapped, by the way.
Yeah, Sandy, I'll be on Roblox tonight for sure.
Galaxy Gas flavored Prime.
Chad, before we start, us 3 and Sandy were absolutely ripping prop hunt last night. Electric. So if you guys want to see that, let us know because that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, prop hunt's really fun. Prop hunt is fun.
Cool.
All right, let's get into the fucking slate here.
Into the slate. Yep.
Really quick, just a moment of silence. Tennessee has a number 1 next to their name.
Yes,
I am so pleasantly surprised with how Tennessee has looked this year as a fan. I didn't expect the offense to be this good. Chaz Lanier, obviously I knew he was a bucket, but I didn't think he was going to be this good. But yeah, the team's amazing. That being said, Miami plus 15 is probably hitting. I think it's a good spot to back them. I mean, maybe they just suck. Maybe you're trying to catch a falling knife. That's why
we all did that Saturday. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of why it's gross, and I want to go back to it. I mean, this team hasn't covered or won a game in 6 straight. They might have. I think they covered versus Arkansas. Actually, they lost by 3.
Yep.
But now they play a team with a number 1 next to their name. I'm not gonna lie, as a Tennessee fan, this is unwarranted territory. Uncharted waters. We usually do not have a 1 next to our name. And Miami's coming off. I mean, they scored 55 points, shot 4 for 25 from 3. And they're a good shooting team. As bad, as bad as they've looked like painful. Defensively, their offense has been elite. And I kind of want to buy them off that. But at the same time, I have a hard time fading Tennessee. I think Tennessee is like 8-1 ATS or 7-1 ATS. They didn't cover the first game of the year, and they've covered every game since. I just think it's a tough team to fade, but I do think Miami is here. If
Do you know what Nigel Pack shot against Clemson?
0 for 7.
0 for 7. All
saw
from
that.
3-pointers.
Saw that.
So you got to think he does a little better than that.
Yeah, D. Mahoney. Also, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've
They
never been an Auburn fan in my life.
They created a poll in chat.
Wait, actually, Chew? Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
Max Fried to the Yanks. Wow. Too bad Soto left. You guys will never be good again.
That'll really replace.
Sorry, we're gonna get Kyle Tucker. Don't worry.
You ain't getting Kyle Tucker. You lost Juan Soto. It doesn't matter. You could bring in.
You could bring
in Shohei, Mookie. It doesn't matter. You lost the best hitter in baseball history. So,
look at this, Jeff.
What is this?
0 votes for me, dude.
Rosa, who's the most fadeable in the Ramble return? Rosa, like always. 100%?
100%, dude.
Yeah,
Rolo
crazy.
got 10, he's got 10 channel points. Rolo, when he appears, has 10.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. I know you guys are trolling.
That shit's funny.
I know you guys don't actually fade me because if you did, you wouldn't have enough money to sub.
You'd be down units. No, okay. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, we got to lock in a little bit here.
This game, honestly, for me, I mean, you get two teams on opposite sides of the spectrum, dude. You get Tennessee, who's been fantastic ATS, and like you said, number 1 next to their name, all cute and pretty like that. And then you get Miami, who people keep trying to back after all these losses. I'm gonna just steer away from Miami. I mean, it's kind of funny too. I mean,
Funny to avoid.
Like, we've been betting college basketball together for 2 years, and for those 2 years, Miami has been absolute wagons ATS. This year, completely different story. I avoided this game. I think the best way to play it, if you want to back Miami, is probably their team total, though. It's super gross against the Tennessee defense, but I couldn't really get there with anything personally. I mean, the 55 spot against Clemson is just brutal.
Yeah, and I understand like how I was saying, like I like the spot and shit, but this is a Tennessee team that went on the road in Louisville 22. They beat Virginia by 22. They beat Baylor by 15. That was a game they were up 28 at half, and they beat Cuse by 26. Like, this team, it's not like they're winning close games, blowing people out. They were up 30 against Georgia. They were up 20 in like the first 3 minutes of the game. Like, and I'm not saying Baylor's elite. Their defenses looked ass, but this Tennessee team right now to me is unfadable. I'm not saying they're going to cover every game, but I'm not going to get in their way, if you know what I mean.
I'm right there with you, bro. I don't think there's any reason to fade Tennessee. I mean, the way we bet, like, it makes sense. I mean, Tennessee's covered, like, 7 straight games, and Miami's pretty much, not covered 7 straight games. So, like, the eclipse is there, but, yeah, I can't get there. It's a little too nasty for me.
And disregard the background. My room is a mess right now. I woke up this morning. I had 2 final presentations today.
How'd they go, by the way?
We smashed both of them, not gonna lie.
Nice.
But I woke up, I went to the library, was prepping with the teams, had one presentation at 2 o'clock, had one at 3:30, and then my 3:30 class ended at 5 p.m. Went, got some food, picked it up, drove home, hella traffic, ate, and now I'm here. I had no time to deal with this. This would be an after stream issue. Sorry for the disturbance.
Making an effort for Ramble, baby. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, I've been slammed all day, but this is actually a game I wanted to target, but I'm staying off.
We got a money plays POD in this game, if you're aware.
All right, well, I don't know what it is, so don't tell me until I cook.
Sure.
Butler's coming off that loss against who the fuck did they just play? Houston. So you got to dumb out there. They lost by 28, scored 51 points. North Dakota State, 298th ranked defense, and they can't defend anything. They're good at defending the 3. They make you beat them from 2, but they're an extremely good shooting team. They shoot the most threes out of anyone in the nation. 55% of their shots. 55% of their shots are threes, which is absurd. They score 50% of their points from 3, which is first in the nation.
Butler here?
Talking about North Dakota State.
Got it.
Butler is a team that's 42nd in the nation in defending the three, percentage-wise. But when you look at attempts a game, 15th in the nation. They don't let people beat them from three. They force you into the middle. North Dakota State is the same exact way. They both have the same offensive structure and defensive structures. I just trust Butler to score in the paint way more than this North Dakota State team. And Butler's been good at getting to the free throw line, 4th in the nation, whereas North Dakota State, 305th in the nation. They only get 16% of points from the free throw line. I think, like, for me, like game script, both of these teams want to do the same thing. They want to shoot a lot of threes, and they want to make a lot of threes. And on defense, they want to take away the three from two. If I think both teams are going to do that, who's going to score better at two and get to the free throw line more? I think Butler. I lean Butler spread. I didn't get to the counter with it, but I do like Butler here.
So money plays is actually, I tailed him on it, was NDSU's team total under. And I can kind of talk to it because I think I know why he's seeing this read, at least from why I liked it and why I tailed it. NDSU is coming off one of their higher scoring games of the year, off an 82-point dub, covered 5 straight games. And then you look at Butler, like not just a loss to Houston, but on the defensive end. Like I think Butler hangs their hat on defense more so than people look or think, just from like a eye test. Their defense is actually amazing, not just 3-point percentage, but also in all other categories. For me, I think it's going to be defense in the focus here versus an NDSU team. I mean, coming off allowing their highest of the season in terms of Butler with 79. I mean, before that, their defense was playing extremely stout. I mean, 77 was the second highest they've allowed to Mississippi State. To me, this kind of feels like a game where you can back Butler's defense. I like the spread. I like NDSU team total under as well. I just think that number being at 64 for a team like NDSU is pretty telling. So I tailed money on that. I'm not stealing his thunder or anything, but love that look. They're over in 5 straight games as well. So somewhat of a dumbbell.
And North Dakota State is one of those teams where, I mean, I don't think this is either going to be sweat free or it's going to be completely scoring over. I mean, they're a team that, I mean, they scored 44 points against Southern Illinois, and it's because they shot like shit, like 5 for 27 from 3. It's really just a matter of fact as if their threes are going to be falling.
Right.
And against the defense where they've been defending the three well, and they don't let you shoot a lot of them, I think Butler kind of has this way defensively.
That's what I saw too. I mean, they're coming off a game where they scored 80 plus, but like all these games as of recent, they've been shooting the shit out of the ball from deep, 40+% in all these games. So like, I like it a lot. Money, I think you have the same. Yeah.
I was gonna add Butler. I didn't get there. I low key might add it. I don't know. I don't like how it's so public and the line's not going anywhere though. So it's kind of keeping me off. You got like 60% of bets of money on Butler, but that line somehow just won't smidge off 13.5. Kind of sketching me out a little bit. So let's move on.
It's fair. Penn State.
Oh, that's I don't know what the hell that is.
Wait, what?
It's Altoona, bro. It's their side campus.
All right.
How they have a basketball team.
What? I've never.
URI check. URI check.
Yeah,
Best team in the nation check. I mean, URI.
Altoona.
What the fuck?
So I think URI is unfadable at the moment. They remind me of Miami 2 years ago, where the sharp side is always the side that they're playing against, and it never hits. So I will not be fading URI. But Brown is super fucking sharp. Brown lost to URI. Wait, no, Brown beat URI last year. Let me just triple check that. Yes, they beat URI on the road last year as underdogs. So that's definitely keeping me off. I think URI could get their lick back tonight. I mean, they're a good team. I'm surprised with them this year. We look great. Sebastian Thomas, I literally have played Sebastian Thomas in basketball maybe 25 times growing up. He played high school ball in Rhode Island. So did I. Played in the same division. So I've been playing that kid like my whole life, and I'm surprised at how much of a leap he took. I mean, first 3 years at URI, struggled, went to UAlbany, started cooking. Comes back to URI, no drop off. He's been nasty. So I don't want to fade. I don't want to fade URI. I think they're actually good.
Dude, addressing this, I was gonna take them versus Providence, but it just like I didn't want to get involved because like I feel like when you look at that, like going back to Saturday, it's just like from the outside looking in, right? Like if you're not really paying attention, like you'd think Prov smokes them, and that just wasn't the case. So I don't know. I didn't want to get involved, but I mean, I guess it was free if you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, are they actually like that good? I know Providence isn't the same, but are they like? Do they have a chance of being like ranked and everything?
I don't think they'll ever
like
be
late
ranked
20s?
this year. No, I don't think they'll be ranked.
They're just like respectable.
I mean, the thing is, like, you look at their strength of schedule. The only two good teams they played was Yale and Prov, and both of those games were at home. So, like, to me, like, this is their first true road game of the year. That could be an angle, but I think the best spot to fade URI is when they go on the road and play Loyola Chicago on January 15th. I think that's a game where they could easily have like 1 loss, 2 losses, and I think Loyola would just absolutely smoke them. But I mean, they've looked great. They've looked great this year. So definitely not getting in their way. I do think, I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, man, like the team they've been playing has been sharp every time, but it hasn't mattered. So I think they might just be that team.
Coochie, you're insane. I like what you said. Nicky Gambles. We'll definitely talk about DePaul. That was one thing that I saw that played into my read. So I'm glad you dropped that nugget. Yeah, I got nothing on this game, Jeff. If you want to move,
yeah, let's move. All right, spit.
Yeah,
spit.
Royal. Would you like me to start? Or would you wanna?
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you finish.
Be right back.
Mine's like a little quicker, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
To me, it's just like you got to play it, right? 2 road games against 2 very good defenses in Tennessee and Notre Dame. Coming home, where if you know anything about Syracuse, they're way better in that dome. They just always have been. And they've been shooting like shit, honestly. I mean, you look at Notre Dame, 36% from 3. Sorry, that was Notre Dame. 0 for 9 from 3. 0% from 3 last game. I know Notre Dame's a good defense. They play slow and they kind of limit that. But when you don't hit a fucking 3 all game, like that's going to change, in my opinion. Especially like a team versus Albany. I don't know how big of like an in-state rivalry this is. I wouldn't imagine it is, but it's an in-state game, right? You want to assert your dominance, obviously, as the biggest school in the state. And to me, it's just a really good spot for them. I mean, the total sky high for a reason. I think Syracuse comes to play. I took their team total. I think you got a point lower, but I got 84.5. I think they break 90. I think they put on a show tonight. It's as simple as that for me.
So it's interesting that you mentioned the 3-point percentage, because it was something me and Jeff were actually talking about earlier this morning. And that was something I looked at too. Obviously, there'll be some positive regression, but Jeff was more so put me on to the angle that, I mean, all their production comes from 2. And if you look at Syracuse, their leading scorer, J.J. Starling, pretty sure he broke his hand in that game versus in the game, following the game versus Cornell in a practice. So he hasn't been there for the last 2 games versus Tennessee and Notre Dame, but losing 4 out of their last 5, right? And it's not just the last 2, but it's also these games versus Texas Tech, Texas, Tennessee, Notre Dame. Like, these are all really solid comp. And you look at where the production has been coming from since JJ's went down. He was the guard. He was the guy scoring, 20-plus points a game. He was their
– he's a bucket.
Right. Now without him, they have 3 forwards that are making up all the production. And Donnie Freeman, Chris Bell, and Jair Davis. All these guys are 6'7" or taller.
Don't forget about Eddie Lampkin.
And I was about to mention. And Eddie Lampkin, who hasn't been producing much. He's going to be the tallest guy in the pool.
It's because he should be fine now, but he was dealing with some back issues the past previous games. That's why he was seeing limited action. So I just want to say that.
Perfect. So, and he's going to be the tallest guy on the court. Whenever he's on the court, he's going to be the tallest guy. And I think that's where the matchup is prudent for Syracuse. I mean, Albany's tallest starter is 6'8". The other 4 starters are 6'6" and below. Their leading scorer is 5'10". It's just a really undersized school, where I think advantage is courtesy of Syracuse here, and all their production is coming from these big guys. I think they're just going to be able to rack up points at the rim here. I don't see how Albany defends any sort of production coming from Syracuse side. Like, yes, they haven't been shooting well from three, but that's not their identity. Not to mention Syracuse hasn't won a game by more than 10 points all season. So seeing this spread at minus 12 and a half, losing to 13, like this is a smash spot for Syracuse. Team totals, spread, whatever you want to call it. This is Syracuse scoring a shit ton.
Yeah, I was looking at the game as well. I was talking to Crutch about it earlier, because he was saying how he likes the full game over. And I didn't even know you were on the team total over, but I was saying how like I don't see how Syracuse doesn't score at will tonight.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at Albany, their offense hasn't been horrible. Their defense, I mean, if you take away the fact that they're forcing turnovers on 23% of opponents' possessions, which is 16th in the nation, this might be the worst defense in the country. Effective field goal percentage, 356 in the country. Syracuse is not a team that turns the ball over. 23rd in the nation in turnover rate, 14% of possessions result in a turnover. That's nothing. They take care of the ball, and if they're getting shots at the rim, which they're going to do, they're going to destroy. I mean, Albany's defense against inferior competition, the best team they played was Georgetown, and Georgetown scored 100. After that, the best team they played was Columbia and then American. Those are not good teams. They're allowing those teams to shoot 59% from two at the rim. And like I said, man, it's literally the only reason why this defense isn't like fifth last in the country is because they force turnovers. That's not going to be a problem tonight with a Syracuse team that takes care of the ball. And I mean, Syracuse, like you said, they get everything from two. I mean, 60% of their points from two. That's 60. That's sixth in the nation.
They have no reason to shoot the three, especially in this matchup.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm gonna add this right now, because I was trying to keep myself off of it just because it's Syracuse and shit. But I mean, the matchup is just too good. I'm probably gonna just take Syracuse spread, because I think they will hone in defensively. Also, when you play Tennessee and
both are great looks,
and Notre Dame, I mean, as much as they've been like they're definitely better than next year. Shrewsbury has that program going in the right direction. So I think, like, as a team, like you said, losing 4 out of 5, I think this is a spot where you can get them focused on the defensive end of the court.
4 out of 5, all being away from home, all against top 100 opponents.
Yeah.
Not to mention
top 50.
Taking away overtime from Syracuse. They've only covered this 83.5, 84.5 team total one time, and it was the first game of the year versus a college I don't even know exists, Lemoyne.
Yeah, Lemoyne. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I'm gonna play spread. That's just how I bet. I'm not gonna try and get too cute. But I was just talking about it earlier with Crutch too. I know Crutch likes the full game over, which I mean, I think Cuse has a serious shot of getting.
And we see the total moving up a tick, and we see the spread moving towards the tick towards Syracuse. So I think everything we're saying lines up to where the spreads and totals are moving, and this is one of my favorite plays of the day, to be honest. So
yeah, I'm gonna send it out right now.
Let's move on.
Yep, hold on. Just had to publish that.
Why'd MJ start yelling at us?
I wish there was like a prop, like for like Syracuse to hit like X amount of threes, because I know you said it's not their identity, but I do think they are going to grub down low, which opens up the 3-point line, right?
That is true. The only thing is, like, it's not that they don't shoot them. Like, they don't shoot them because they don't have shooters. Like, other than Chris Bell and this one player, what's his friggin' name? He's actually been electric. Elijah Moore, freshman. He's shooting 40% from three on the year on 25 attempts. He didn't really play a lot in the first couple games. He's really come on. He scored 24 against Tennessee, 19 against Cornell. So he just recently broke out. He's probably he's besides Chris Bell and a healthy JJ Starling, he's probably their third best offensive weapon. Maybe Donnie Freeman's up there, but yeah, I'm done ignoring this. I mean, it's hard not to play it. So I'm locking it in right now, and then I'll scroll on covers. One second. Yeah. All right. Word. Where's covers at?
I'm almost tempted to lay Xavier, by the way. I don't know if that that thought crossed anyone's mind.
Not mine. So they play.
You don't like it?
Morgan State. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not comfortable laying any number above.
That's what. No, I'm not either. That's why I'm not. But I just feel like
by 30,
gonna fucking breeze right over, and they probably win by 35.
Coochie, shut up, bro. Move your nose. I can't see the covers tab. All right. College of Charleston, St. Joe's. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this. I lean St. Joe's. I think that
They're
they've
wagging.
been playing bad. I mean, they lost to Princeton by 8 at home, but they just took care of business against LaSalle, won by 14. I mean, I just love Eric Reynolds and Xavier Brown. That backcourt is electric. And Charleston, they can't guard anyone. So I think St. Joe's kind of just runs up the score, similar to what you or I did to Charleston on the road. Charleston team on the road is just bad. I mean, they lost to Liberty at home, and they're only away. They played 2 away games. They beat Citadel, which I don't put any stock in that. Citadel. The best team they played on the road, Rhode Island, which you can argue is better than St. Joe's. You can argue St. Joe's better than Rhode Island. They lost by 38. I mean, this team can't guard on the road, and you guys know how shooting splits work when you're home versus away in college. So I think St. Joe's could kind of run away with this and win by 10 plus, but I'm not playing it personally. St. Joe's is bipolar. That's the one thing, big fella. Like, you'll have nights where Xavier Brown and Eric Reynolds are like lighting it up from 3, and you'll have nights where they are ice cold. So they definitely are a volatile team.
I don't know, man. It's tough. Like, Charleston really hasn't played much comp, and St. Joe's has just been an unstoppable force. I would lean St. Joe's, but I think that spread is a little weird. I couldn't get there, but I think I resonate with what you said.
Yeah. Penn State Rutgers. Do you want to talk about it first? Do you want me to start?
I mean, I know a lot of. I mean, all my buddies are on Rutgers. I don't have a ticket yet.
You need one.
I should with the spot. I think
The steam, though.
the spot and everything tells you Rutgers, but goddamn, is it popular today, bro?
It is extremely popular.
I want to take the over. Honestly, I think
I lean the under.
Really?
I lean the under. Yeah, I'll explain why. Well, first things first, though. I liked Penn State last night. Look ahead when they were at the line was like plus 1.5, and I liked Penn State off first glance. But then I actually looked like that was just like a first glance thing, you know what I mean? Then I looked into the game, and what I noticed is obviously the spot. Rutgers lost 3 out of the last. I mean, 4 out of the last 5. Lost 3 straight against very good teams, though. They played Bama, Texas A&M, Ohio State. Penn State is an elite team this year. They are good. Part of the reason why they are so good is because they're 5th in the nation in forcing turnovers and 5th in the nation in steal percentage. The reason why I say steal percentage is so important is because Penn State puts a lot of on-ball pressure, and they run off of live ball steals. They get a lot in transition. Their transition offense is one of the best in the country because they force so many live ball steals. When you look at Rutgers, what does Rutgers want to do and really good at? They don't turn the ball over, 40th in the nation, but they're 3rd in the nation at steal percentage. They don't, like, when they turn it over, it's not a live ball steal. So Penn State and their transition defense has always been one of the tops in the nation. So to me, I think what Rutgers is going to have to do is you take care of the ball and you don't turn it over. And if you do turn it over, don't make it a live ball steal. Get back on defense. Make Penn State beat you in the half court. It's also Penn State's first road game in conference and first true road game of the season. They played 3 on a neutral. But Clemson, I like comparing this game to Clemson's game because Clemson, one of the best teams in denying transition, just like Rutgers. And they struggled in that game. They scored 67 points. And they only had 5 steals. Like, Penn State is at their best when they're forcing live ball steals and running off them. You look at the Purdue game that they just played. They forced 24 turnovers that game. They had 14 steals. Like, that was a game where I backed Penn State because I knew Purdue has really big problems when you pressure the shit out of the ball. It happened with Marquette, where I took Marquette against Purdue. Purdue struggles against that type of team. But this is a type of team that Penn State's going to struggle because they're not going to be able to force as many turnovers. I'm sure they'll force turnovers. It's Penn State. But I don't think it's going to be nearly as much as they want to, and they're going to be forced to play in the half court. Now, I'm not taking the under because this Rutgers team does play fast on offense because of the talent they have. Like previous years, they just haven't been able to play fast. If you don't have the best offense, you want to limit the possessions. But they have the offense to run with anyone. You have Dylan Harper, you have Ace Bailey. You have a really hungry team coming off 3 straight losses. Now they're coming back home for the first time since November 20th. And it's their conference opener. I think, well, actually, no, it's not. They played Ohio State. But it's their conference opener at home. I think this is a good spot to back Rutgers. Like, I understand the whole timeline's on them. But like, that's just my read on the game. I really do think that Penn State struggles to get what they want. And when you can take away like a team like Penn State's transition offense, which is where they generate so many of their points, and on the road, they're going to be shell shocked. You know what I mean? They're not going to know where to get their offense. So the only concern I have is Rutgers bigs. But Somerville, freshman, he's actually been solid. I was impressed with him against the Texas A&M squad. When he played Texas A&M, I mean, I bet on Texas A&M a game and it didn't hit. But Somerville, I mean,
not even the biggest guy, dude. He just plays with fucking heart.
No, he plays bigger than he is. I mean, he's listed as 6'10". Honestly, he looks like he's 6'8". But he plays big, and I think I'm starting to trust Rutgers a little bit more because I think their front court is starting to progress. So that's where I'm at on the game.
For me, I think I'm gonna get to the counter is backing Ace Bailey on his points. I mean, if Rutgers has any shot to be in this game where you think they're going to be successful and cover, Ace Bailey has got to shoot better than 30%. Had a really bad game, only scored 12 points in that last game versus OSU. And I just feel like it's a great spot to back Ace Bailey here. I know Dylan Harper has been playing better out of the two guys in terms of like the season-long sample size, but he's just as good as Dylan Harper is, if not better in terms of length and overall ability. I want to back Ace Bailey, honestly, in this spot. I really like his points. I think 17.5 points. I think this is a 20-point performance from him and Harper. And I think Bailey honestly has the edge in terms of matchup somewhat. So I like it a lot.
Excuse me. What?
You don't think so?
It's Dylan fucking Harper, bro.
I'm saying Ace Bailey has a great matchup as well. I think better than that Ohio State game.
I know. I don't mind Ace Bailey. I wouldn't say he has a clear-cut better matchup on Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper's fucking otherworldly almost.
I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm not taking anything away from Harper. Right. You know he's my guy. You know that.
Yeah, I love Dylan Harper's game. He's so tough.
But Ace Bailey,
ball. It's gonna be big again.
I mean, both these guys are NBA talents at the end of the day. I'm not trying to compare between the two. I think both of them are awesome players. You know that.
I think Dylan Harper's size. I think Dylan Harper's size could cause some issues for Ace though.
I was looking at Ace too. I hate that it got bumped in college. And
what did it get bumped from, 16 to 17?
16 and a half. Yeah, I'm seeing it's on its way to 18 now. So
my headset's not a die, by the way. My headset's dying soon.
I like it though. I think, like you said, if everyone likes Rutgers, right, and if they're gonna win, those two are gonna have 20, in my opinion, or one's gonna have 30
easily.
plus. Yeah.
No,
so.
yeah. But I mean, they're. So
I just would have rathered 16 and a half with someone like him.
Yeah.
I'll probably be on it.
This is the best team in the nation. All right, moving on.
Incarnate word.
Yeah. Let's see. It's only like really one other good game.
Is Troy team total under too obvious? Just look at their.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Hold on, I X'd out.
Yeah, click on them when you get a chance. Because I got really close to playing that, but I was just like, I feel like it's just Houston tag.
86. It definitely is, but
80,
one thing I looked.
Look what they do when they score like 80 plus. That's my thing.
I looked at this game. I looked at this game for 2 seconds on KenPom. Troy does not take care of the ball. 5th worst in the nation in turnover rate. And yeah, good luck tonight. Good luck against Houston.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. That'll just be like
I think it probably smacks. Look, Houston always has tax every game and then shit's hit with no sweat. So Houston minus 27 is probably going to be fucking air tonight. But the reason why people don't play is because KenPom has Houston by like 20 and they get a huge tax. And there's a bunch of steam involved because everyone, like, if you take Houston the night before, like right when the line comes out, you're getting CLV every single fucking game. Every single game. Like, if you want an excuse for like your play losing and to be like, well, I got CLV, literally just bet on Houston openers. Those shits always move like 3+ points when the spread is this big. So I wouldn't be surprised if Houston wins by 50. Like, they'll probably win like fucking 75 to like 35. Like, I wouldn't bat an eye if that was the final score of this game.
I think another reason too is everybody cashed with them on Saturday too. They're probably just like not going back.
Yeah.
Really sharp spot last week or last game. I got something in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna just turn off my camera because this is Big East play, and I have nothing to say. Fuck Providence, fuck DePaul, fuck the whole conference. All right, you guys can spit.
So this is a conference rivalry game. You stayed off it?
Yeah, I mean it's just the obvious sharp DePaul spot, in my opinion.
I mean, I leave Providence pretty heavily here.
That's my point. I wouldn't say heavily, but if I had to choose, mine would be Prov as well. But that's why I stayed off.
It's a conference rivalry game. Providence started the year 5-0 against some pretty bad opponents, and then has since gone 6-4. Surprisingly enough, second best defense in the Big East so far this year, and bottom 20 in tempo in the nation. I really like the spot for Providence, but I like the spot for the first half under even more. So a few things why I like it. Both these teams, I mean, extremely slow tempo-wise. Providence more so than DePaul, but DePaul is still bottom 100 in terms of pace. But the thing about DePaul, man, their strength of schedule this year has been absolute cake batter. Fourth easiest schedule in the nation so far this year. They've only played one power conference opponent in Texas Tech and got absolutely laid out. I think most people, when they look at this game, they see DePaul coming off their first loss of the year against Texas Tech. Good spot to back them in a bounce back spot, right? I would say no. DePaul is shooting 40% from three on the year. I just think that number is going to regress. Pulled a royal, my fault. Going to regress against a really good three-point defense in Providence. Super solid three-point defense. They're allowing teams 30% lower on the year. The only hesitation I have with this play is DePaul does tend to foul a bit. So if that starts to happen, things could run up in terms of the free throw line. But looking at the first half for
no, don't worry. Providence doesn't make free throws. You're good.
Beautiful. Well, looking at the first half in the last few games of these teams too, 63 first half combined points versus URI, 80 first half points versus BYU, and 78 first half points versus Indiana. I'm talking Providence here. So 64.5, what we're getting today. And then DePaul, last three games, 75 first half points versus Texas Tech, 71 first half versus Valpo, and then 66 first half versus NIU. And NIU only had 15 at half in that game. So to me, this total is super telling that both teams are going to struggle offensively, at least to start the game. And I love the spot. Everything lines up from a basketball reasoning and a spot perspective. So I really like the under here. It's moved to point down as well from opener, 65.5 I got, but I posted 64.5. I like whatever you can get, to be honest.
Yeah, and Nicky Gamble's, I mean, they lost Texas Tech by 14, and that was with JT Toppin on the floor. I mean, if JT Toppin's on the floor, they lose that game by 30.
And I think that's telling to me because they haven't played anybody. And
I know. That's why I had
coming off a game where they do and losing, like it's not a good comeback spot or bounce back spot to me.
I had 2 units on Texas Tech minus 14, but then JT Toppin was ruled out, so I cashed out. The bet ended up pushing anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But if JT Toppin plays in that game, forget it, bro. DePaul would have lost by 30. So maybe not 30, but 20 plus minimum. I don't know. It's weird seeing DePaul favored. I just don't think that. I mean, I don't know, man. Like you said, the strength of schedule is a joke. So
that's kind of why I lean the under, to be honest, because I feel like it's not going to be anything different than that. Texas
they're
Tech
not going to shoot 45%.
They're finally playing good basketball teams, and I think they're just coming back down to earth. This team should not be 7-1 or whatever. So
yeah, Pepe, I say 38 from Luka tonight.
We also skipped past West Virginia NC Central, which I do have a play in as well.
I did not know we were talking about NC Central today.
Really quick, and then we can talk about Arkansas.
Where is
Kansas?
The heck is that game at? There we go.
There it is. So NC Central, terrible fucking program and probably one of the worst. I would say the worst basketball conference.
Tucker DeVries out. Sam Kinney bomb?
Tucker DeVries is out. Yep. So this is the spot I saw. So NC Central's team total is sitting at 58.5. They're over this number in 11 out of 11 games this season. second or their lowest scoring game so far this year was versus High Point, where they scored 60 points. Obviously, Tucker DeVries is out for West Virginia, but I'm backing West Virginia's defense. And if you know anything about Tucker DeVries, he doesn't play defense. I'm liking this a lot in terms of West Virginia. I don't think people realize how good this West Virginia defense is in terms of rebounding and in just terms of opponent field goal percentage. They're top 30 in both, as well as assist to turnover ratio. This is a team, it's funny enough, they've had 3 overtime games already this year, West Virginia.
Back to back,
which is interesting when you look at some of the team totals, I guess, when you just look at the regulation, right? Let's take these 3 games versus Gonzaga, Louisville, and Arizona. If you take overtime out of the question, they held Gonzaga to 71. We know how fucking elite this Gonzaga team is offensively. Held Louisville to 62 in regulation and held Arizona to 66. So if you look at the box score, you're not going to really resonate with those numbers. I mean, those are 3 great defensive performances, regardless of it going to OT or not. NC Central, team that allows 69% clip at the rim, which is the worst in college basketball. They are the worst team in defending the rim, and ranked bottom 20 in rebounding rate as well. So everything to me tells me West Virginia is going to be able to dominate the glass, dominate defensively. And we're talking about a team that's led by a guy named Pobo King. Just dropped 28 and rallied a 17-point deficit comeback versus Gardner Webb. So NC Central's just coming off a legacy game where they were losing by close to 20 points and ended up winning the game. So everything about this tells me that NC Central is going to have an absolute stinker. One other thing to note, West Virginia played a similar team in Iona. They're very, very similar in KenPom rankings, only 9 ranks different. And look what happened in that game. They beat them 86-43. So this is something where I see happening for a second straight time. History tends to repeat itself, and West Virginia against these type of teams has proven to come through. So I'm going to back them. I mean, the last team, like I said, versus Iona, they held them to 24% shooting. 24%. So I'm going to back West Virginia's defense, take NC Central's team total under 58.5.
Yeah, I like it. W fucking sell job.
I told you I'm coming with the heat from now on. Like I wasn't given enough heat to stream. I got to put all my thoughts into it and give you it. So, yeah. It's night and day difference, huh? Come on now.
It is.
Yeah.
Come on.
Michigan, Arkansas. I don't know why everyone's in love with Arkansas here. I haven't been impressed with them. And also, I don't know who's guarding Danny Wolf, flat goal, and ball screens in the nation. Besides, no, you won't tell
Mr. Adu.
No.
You're just a salty fan. It's okay.
No, I'm not. He's a great shot blocker. He is not a mobile perimeter defender.
I'll tell you why I like Arkansas. I'll tell you why, Jeff.
It's a very obvious reason.
I don't think it's that too obvious. I mean, for Arkansas, like the reason why they've been so bad is they've
went over your
starting.
head.
What?
Go ahead.
They've started really slow this year. I mean, all the teams that they played in terms of Power 4 opponents, which is 3 games this year, they've fallen behind by 10 points in each of them. Their defense is night and day in first half and second half. Listen to these. Arkansas defense in terms of points per game ranks 120th in the first half, ranks 13th in the second half. They're night and day in first half and second half. To me, something's got to change with how this team's been starting out. And I think this is a spot where Arkansas finally figures it out and starts hot, or at least hotter than they have been. I mean, getting double-digit deficits at half versus all of the top teams that you've played is a recipe for disaster, and that's why we've seen them lose these games. From a matchup perspective, Jeff, I do like it. I mean, they got big bodies in Brazil, Adu and Ivicic that can match up, I think, somewhat.
No. This is the thing you don't understand. Like, Danny Wolf is 7 feet playing point guard. It's I understand, like, they have, like, tall athletic bigs.
Yep.
But tall athletic bigs aren't used to switching with each other and helping off screens. I'm not saying it's pick and rolls and pick and pops. It's just, to me, like, Michigan is the most unique team in the nation because Danny Wolf is over here running fucking screens and playing PNR offense with a 7'1" center. It's like, it's just like I can't see Adu fucking switching on to Wolf and denying him getting from downhill. I just can't see it. But I will say
Fair.
Michigan has serious turnover problems. And part of that is because a 7-footer is running the fucking point guard. And if Arkansas can force live ball turnovers and run off them and get in transition, then they're going to win this game. If they can't, I think they get smoked. The key to this game for me is if you like Arkansas, you probably like the over. If you like Michigan, you like the under, because Michigan's going to dominate this game in the half court. Arkansas is going to dominate this game in transition. So it really just depends. Like, to me, I think both correlate. Where Michigan, if Michigan wants to force you into half court defense or half court offense, especially Arkansas, they have not looked good in their half court sets. They've been great because they have athletes who can get to the rim, and they do that in transition. Like Thero, like he's averaging like 20 a game. He's 6'8". He's an athletic monster. Boogie Flan, athletic as shit. So I think, like, to me, like, it really is going to come down to if Michigan can take care of the ball, I think Michigan sweeps them. But if they don't, I think Arkansas gets whatever they want in transition. So it's kind of like Rutgers, honestly. Like Rutgers, like I think if Rutgers takes care of the ball, they're going to win this game by 6+. I think if they turn it over, they might get waxed.
I just think all Arkansas needs to do is be competitive in the first half for them to have a real shot in this game, dude. I mean, even in first at UTSA, in that last game, they were losing it by 7 at half. They ended up winning that game by double digits, but they just had really big issues in the first half in particular. And I just think something's got to change. Something has to change. Arkansas is so fake sharp. It could be fake sharp for sure.
I wouldn't say that. Like, I'm not over here saying like Michigan's a lock. I'm not even betting on the game. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt.
No, I'm glad you're giving a Michigan angle. I do want to just this didn't go into the read, but it is like a cool narrative that's going on in this game. The coach Dusty May, who's at FAU, obviously now with Michigan. John L. Davis now with Arkansas, was at FAU. So cool little narrative there. We'll see how.
Didn't even realize that. What about that?
Yeah.
It's not even the best narrative.
See how John L. Davis does.
Oh yeah, it isn't the best narrative. Listen to what Royal has.
If you're a basketball player, right, and you grow up in New York City, what's your fucking dream?
Play at MSG.
And who is from New York City on Arkansas?
Boogie Flan.
Boogie Flan is supposed to have about 50 family members.
Thank you for the sub, Adam. Much love,
attending these games. Boogie Flan. I don't know if anyone watched versus UTSA. That brother played like shit. 3 for 11 from the floor. 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. He did that versus Illinois. Next game shot 46%, 18 points. And honestly, he didn't even play that great versus Miami. It was all in the second half. And I know it's on a neutral, so like I guess I'll consider that an away game. His scoring splits increase tremendously. I mean, he's the only one that's like consistent, shoots way better in every facet of the game, averaging pretty much 4 more points. Again, guys, this is literally his dream fucking growing up, to put on a show at Madison Square Garden. So to me, you're getting him off a rat shit game. And honestly, it's the only good matchup for him, in my opinion, because you mentioned Michigan's size. He's going to have to hit these pull-up shots. Like I don't think the bigs, as you mentioned, Jeff, aren't going to have much success. I think it's going to be him pulling up around, the free throw line, obviously the 3-point. That's really where you attack Michigan, in my opinion, is the guard play. So if you can hit your shots, if you can hit your pull-ups before the bigs pull out, which is exactly how Boogie Flan fucking plays, I think he's going to have a ton of success tonight. It's just a matter of he's hitting his shots. So I took him at 13.5. I think it's honestly just the Michigan tax, because obviously their defense is really fucking good. I mean, he's usually around 14.5, 15.5, but we see this all the time in the NBA, right? You play the Thunder, you play the Magic, you play Houston. Points line is a point or two lower. So I'm not worried about that. I'll take the discount. I think he'll play 35-ish minutes in this one. Yeah, I love him tonight. I'm very excited to watch that.
I like that,
dude. I'm not gonna lie, like, we're fucking dialed as shit today.
We're dialed today. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have much in those ones, but I did my research on that one for sure.
Jeff's right, though, about Michigan's bigs. I mean, I guess I was just trying to look at it in a glass half full type of aspect with Arkansas. But this team, people forget, this team is such a good shooting team that they're capable of beating anybody on any given night. But you are right with Arkansas.
Yeah. If they're hitting their shots, they're unbeatable. 100%.
So
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's not like I'm over here like Arkansas's bigs aren't going to be able to guard Danny Wolf posting with his back to the basket. It's the fact that Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden are running pick and rolls 30 feet away from the hoop where centers are not used to being.
Yep.
And like obviously one center's out there, he hedges and gets back, but like now it's like it's so tough when both of the people with the ball and sitting the screen are 7-footers. So
and one last thing on this game, this is Arkansas's last chance to secure a non-con victory versus a team that's more than likely going to be in March. So I'm not saying that Michigan doesn't want to win this game, but I think if you had to pick which team wants it a bit more, I would say Arkansas in terms of longevity of their season. So yeah, that's the last thing I got.
All right, last game that we'll go over here.
I wanted to take
I got one more later. It's kind of a gross game, but
what did you want to take, MJ?
Illinois team total. I really wanted to take that, but I didn't get there.
I am on Illinois spread. I posted -6.5 last night, and then like a minute later it moved to 7.5. So I posted 7.5 instead because like not really a lot of people got in 6.5, and then it moved back to 6.5. I don't really give a shit. I think Illinois wins this game by 10, 10 plus. I think when I'm looking at what they just did, I mean, they lost in overtime to Northwestern. That was a game where I was actually watching the game just because I'm intrigued by this Illinois team. I really like their pieces. And they choked the game away. They were up late. They choked it. They went in overtime. And they lost to Northwestern in a huge rivalry game on the road. Now they come back home. I mean, that game against Northwestern, they shot 9 for 34 from 3.
I can't figure this Wisco team out, man. I don't know what to think of them. I just don't.
They're good, but to me, like, you have Illinois who loves shooting threes. I mean, Will Riley, 0 for 6 from 3 last game, and he's shooting 43% on the season, including that game. What is it? Ben Henriquez, 37% three-point shooter. He was 42% last year. He shot 1 for 9 from 3. Kylan Boswell, 38% last year. 0 for 3 from 3. I mean, this team really struggled to score against Northwestern. And they love shooting volume threes. They shoot the 10th most threes in the nation per game. 40% of their points come from 3. You look at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a team that allows – they're 229th in the nation in opponent three-point rate. So they're allowing teams to shoot from 3. To me, it's a spot where I want to back Illinois coming off a really bad shooting night, coming back home for their conference home opener. I just think it's a spot where they just light it up. I really think they score like 90 points here. Wisconsin's good. And the only thing I don't love, like this would be a 2-unit play if Wisconsin beat Marquette. But they're coming off 2 straight losses. So that's why it's only 1 unit for me. But I really do think Illinois offensively has a matchup here. Also, you look at Wisconsin, they get a lot of their points from the free throw line. John Tanji, like literally, I was watching the Marquette game because I have Marquette, and they're literally just free throw merchants. 30th in the nation in percent of points from free throws, which is 24% a game of their points. And Illinois have not been fouling, 30th in the nation in foul rate. And I mean, I think it's a really good matchup for Illinois coming home to get their offense going. I also don't think Steven Crowell has a chance of guarding Ivicic out in the perimeter, and he's been knocked down. So, I like Illinois. I think this total is telling that Illinois is going to score a lot of points. And I'm not really worried about the spread. I mean, the spread opened at 5.5, went to 7.5 for like 15 minutes.
I was going to say, dude,
came back down to 6.5.
The team total did the same thing. It was at 80.5 all day. Now it's at 79. That's what's really keeping me off. Like, I figured it would be juiced to the over. I mean, it's a team that exceeds 80 points like every single game other than that one versus Northwestern. Like, feels like a great spot to back them. But is it really that easy for me to just take Illinois TT here? Like,
yes, they're at home. They're gonna light it up, bro.
All right,
they're lighting it up.
I mean, to me, too. I mean, maybe Northwestern, but like this is probably the best defense they're facing too.
Nah, Northwestern. Well, I'd say Northwestern.
Aside from Northwestern.
Like I look at it. I look at
Arkansas,
their game.
Alabama. Like, I think that team total line makes a little sense.
Alabama's defense is better than Wisconsin's.
I wanted to see what
the
trend
was.
was.
They play so much faster though.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily. That just means there's more points per game. Like if you look
That's
at like
my point,
defensive
though.
numbers, like
I feel like MJ is saying the
Arkansas.
team total is like low, though, like weirdly low.
That's what I'm kind of saying because like you look at that game versus Oakland, like there's two ways to look at it. There's only one game where they really struggled before that Northwestern game. It was versus Oakland. Put up 66. They won, but they were 23-point favorites with 150 total. Didn't even come close. Following game, put up 87 in a loss. Yet it's Alabama, so it's just tough for me to like look at them to bounce back just like they did it versus Alabama, and it's kind of hard to say they even bounced back. It's just the pace was through the roof in that game.
Yeah.
Alabama
Right.
scored triple digits, so I don't.
Mark
It's like
Steers had 0.
everything about the spot, everything about Illinois is telling me to take them to score 80 plus tonight, but there's just something keeping me off, and I can't do it. I don't know, but I'm
That's
with you in
fine.
every aspect.
That's fine.
Real quick, for research purposes, how do you pronounce this guy in Illinois' name? You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Tomislav Ivicic,
No.
Ben Henriquez,
No.
Aris Jackasonis.
Yeah, that guy.
You just said
Just call him
that's
KP.
hieroglyphics, bro.
Just call him KP.
KP.
But Asparis Jackasonis. Just
Jesus
everyone calls him KP because for that. reason.
Yeah, wonder why.
He's disgusting.
Yeah, I see that. That's why I was inclined.
He'll be in the NBA next year. Is
All
this
right,
the game?
last two. Well, so I want all of us to touch on this one, but my last prop is I'm blanking out. It's the dude on fucking Washington. What's his name?
Tyler Harris.
Yeah, Action didn't have it, so I couldn't log it yet. But yeah, Tyler Harris. I really like him tonight because I don't know if you know much about Eastern Washington, but they are very fucking small. They got no size. Defense is like dead last in every fucking metric. And I don't know if you know much about him. It sounded like you did, but he's like floor spacing for his size, which I feel like is kind of rare. Like he could shoot pretty well, and he's also 6'9". So to me, I think he's gonna eat down low. I think he's gonna have open threes where he can knock down one or two. And honestly, it's a good spot for Washington too. Coming off 2 losses to, bigger programs, USC, UCLA, second home game. So I just think he's their spark, I guess. I know whatever his name is.
Great Alcivar.
Yeah, I know he's their best scorer on paper, but I think Tyler has the best matchup tonight. So I took 12.5 as my other favorite spot. I just think he's too big for this team simply, matchup wise, not being the center. So I think he'll have some easy buckets, get to the line. That's all I had in that one. But the Cal game, definitely wanted to touch on that too. I was inclined to take their team total. I must have missed. I know I must have missed the Missouri game when I was looking at it because I was looking at their first half. They haven't hit it since the USC game aside from Missouri, so I was off that. But honestly, I was watching that game versus Stanford because I leaned them. That game really wasn't as close as the scoreboard showing. They made like an insane run at the end of the game. Stojakovic's son went fucking crazy in the last 5 minutes. So to me, like they got their ass kicked, in my opinion. Like they didn't lose by 8; they were down by 20 for most of the second half.
Yeah.
Or at least for a good period. So I do like them. I don't know how to fucking back it. Like I feel like the spread is like
Huge.
I feel like it's like taxed. Yeah, I don't think it should be that fat. And like sure, it's
shouldn't.
telling. But it's also a
That's
miserable
what it is
spot.
for me too, dude, bro.
It's like
the
it's
total is so fucking taxed high,
Right,
and
yeah.
and Cal is so taxed on the spread.
And you
that
know
it's
why the
like, where
total is
fuck
weird
do
for
we
me?
even-
It's weird for me because this is fucking Cornell's 5th road game in a row. Granted, like sure, it was all in the upper, like Army, Syracuse isn't that far, Iona's not that far, Colgate's not that far in the grand scheme of things. But now, yeah, Crush just hit it. Now they got to go across fucking country, play 11. Is this at 11 or 10? 10 o'clock at night.
late.
Like this is a brutal spot for them to me. So like the total being that high is weird because like you shouldn't really expect Cornell to score that much tonight, in my opinion. And I know they get like higher totals, but like I feel like you would expect Cornell like to lay an egg here, like based on this travel spot and like kind of. They put up 103 versus Army, so like,
the reason why
why-
it's not like I like what you're saying. I'm just saying like analytically, the reason why it's not is because Cornell.
no, it is high.
I'm saying yeah. Sorry, I'm saying the reason why it is high is because Cornell gets 41% of their points from 3. 11th in the nation, and
So if they're hitting,
Cal is allowing 38% from deep.
88 is their TT, bro. Good lord.
That's the reason why I think the total is so high. Cornell can't guard,
Right.
but I just think the books think Cornell's going to score because of like just
the way they play.
early analytics. But
Yeah.
I'm sure I don't know if the books are taking into account the fact that it's their fifth straight road game and now they got to go across the country. You know what I mean? So like that's a very good point. They could be
that's why I'm just so lost. And like
maybe like a Cal first half ticket. Maybe Cornell comes out sleeping, and Cal just shoves.
I'm telling you,
yeah, Cal first half spread maybe.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes of Cal, like they were fucking going crazy, and honestly, they got screwed too. I don't know if any of you saw that. Like there was 2 terrible calls. Even like say what you want, but like the announcers were like absolutely like fucking flabbergasted. I'll use that word. Like they were 2 brutal calls that just killed their momentum. But point is, they were fired up and fucking pissed off at the end of that game, and I think it carries over into tonight against the inferior opponent. So like they put up 50 in the second half. I'd say probably 20 of that was in the last 5 minutes or 7 minutes.
Damn, I might take them first half if like my bets are looking good because this is like a late night game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's all take it if we end up taking it. I feel like this needs the energy of all 3 of us.
Let's all take it if we end up taking it.
Yeah, let's all do it. This seems like the antidote. It's giving me vibes.
Yeah, could be. Shout out Crutch though. Crutch was the one who put me onto that spot. I mean, you hit the hammer on the head too. Like,
well, yeah, I got a lot of that from him. But the first thing I saw was like I did want to back Cal because I was watching that game, and honestly, I leaned them versus Stanford, and it was a pretty bad loss. So I saw like the total and the spread. I was like, damn, I want to back their team total. I think they just fucking come out firing. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think the spread is the best way, but it just feels like
first half.
It feels so much higher than it should be.
Yeah,
I feel like it should be like 7, not 9.5.
I mean, KenPom has them by 4.
That's my point. Like it just feels so unnecessarily high that like I don't want to play it.
I'll check Bartovic. Let's see what they have.
I'm so down to get there with Cal.
Is this money's play?
See, Bartovic has Cal by 7. So
yeah, that's money's play.
Yeah, Jay Billings. That's why I didn't want to play it, bro. Like that team just hits threes, bro. It's stupid. They don't.
Oh, did open at 6.5, Crutch?
Yeah, okay. Bro. They have 19 points, 5 for 10 from 3. Like 5 of their 7 field goals from 3. Bro, I'm telling you, North Dakota State. That's why I said. What did I say? I said it's either going to be no sweat under or no sweat soaring over.
Yeah.
They're either not hitting their threes or they're hitting all of them. There's no in between with that team. That team is impossible to fucking cap. I will never bet on a game that they're involved in. I won't. And I'm not. I mean, it still is early. There's still 12 minutes left in the first half, but they just fucking don't miss threes. It's crazy.
Money plays.
Any read on Portland by any chance? Just because pretty sure Kansas City is just fucking ass.
So is Portland.
I know, but like,
I have no read, brother.
Okay. And the last thing I was looking at was Wyoming, South Dakota over, but I don't know. I feel like I don't have great luck in mid-major totals, so I kind of just.
So like the thing that I do is like if I'm betting mid-major, it has to be high mid-major.
I know. That's why like I
stay away from. I understand Wyoming's Mountain West, but like they're not a good Mountain West team. So
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Especially it's super high. I mean, South Dakota's had some high totals. I mean, 174 versus Iowa, but
yeah.
Jeff, you've never experienced the Ramble Rave.
Yeah, let me experience it real quick.
You want to be a part of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll clean up my room while it goes on.
No, that's not being a part of it.
Yeah, it is. I'm moving around and shit.
Oh shit. Royal, are you gonna be a part of it today?
Definitely lean that, Tristan. I'll do my roll, don't worry.
Let me put this.
Do my roll.
Is this North Dakota, Nikki? Oh yeah, you just said it. Yep. I'm waiting for the money plays text. Dude, what the fuck? I just checked the box score. I was shooting 80% from 3, dude. Are you serious?
What the fuck? You're fucking serious, dog.
DePaulines, MJ has the first half under. I stayed far away.
I'm staying away. It's the Big East.
I mean, I get Providence is terrible, but like they just lost to fucking URI. Yeah. Which when was the last time that happened? Probably not for a very long time.
No, probably like a couple of years, like 3 years, 4 years.
Really?
That was the first
I know-
time URI beat them when I was in
Oh.
college, so it was probably 4 years ago.
I know
URI was
Prob's-
really good, bro. When they had like
Yeah,
Fats
but so
Russell
was
and shit.
Prov.
No, URI was tough, bro. URI beat like Oregon, or they almost beat Oregon. All right, bro. What are we doing?
It was just funny. Like, you were just,
I'm just making my bed. Like, fuck.
Let's get a little ramble rave going. You guys know what to do. If you haven't been here, just fucking spam test tubes and get some energy in here. Once we get the music going, you got a pick for the song, Royal? Should we do one in particular?
let's see. Sounds like you already
I'm
picked
liking this one.
Shit.
I knew it from the start.
All right, guys.
Come on, bro. NBA is chalk tonight, brother.
Like heaven in the dark.
Look at this little.
Take me deeper.
No NBA, guys. Sorry. Small slates are chalk. Shit, just fluke shit always happens. DJ Fitz? What's up, brother?
Come on, DJ Fitz. I need you up here. Ramble Nation. Let me hear you scream.
I hear that sound and the lights go down. I wanna go back. I wanna go
Come on, chat. I need to see that shit moving. Come on. Come on. Come on. One more drop. Nobody chat. Get a test tube ready to send for the drop. Nobody chat. I don't want to see anything moving. Nothing. Get ready for the drop. Have it ready in chat to send. Come on. Ramble Nation.
Welcome to Ramble Radio, presented by DJ MJ.
Come on. Ready? Come on. Wait. Oh, Jeff, come on. I never want to go back. Come on, Chad, get ready. Wait. Boys, let's run, boys. Debbie. What's up, guys? Peace, boys. Later. I don't want to go back. Peace out, boys. Later.